So after I made the first video on starting with loops, I started to gain a little bit more insight on what I need to do with thicker fabric and more of what's going on. And I've come to realize that it's this slack in the thread when I dial the needle towards me. So as the needle goes down, that's when you get this slack in your thread. And when it first goes down, you can get some slack. But if your fabric is really thick like this is cotton, vinyl, batting, vinyl, cotton. So when your material is thick like this, just dialing it down until this is perpendicular and you see slack is not enough, because if you try to pull the thread, it won't pull. So I have to dial a little bit more till I start to see the needle come out. And sometimes I overshoot and the needle is actually out. But at that, it doesn't even matter because I'm dialing it with my hand and I can, then pull the thread. So let me show you what I mean. And I'm holding the thread on the right, even though my machine threads right to left. Sometimes it does make a difference if it's a dense leather. Sometimes I do need to bring this top thread over to the left. But like I said, if I overshoot it and dial it so that the needle is pretty much out of the fabric, it doesn't matter. I could keep it on the right. So I tried to get the camera so that you could watch the take-up lever and the needle. If I try to get it to just show the needle at a different angle, then I can't get the take-up lever. So I'll put the fabric under, decide where I want it to land, and my take-up lever is up. My threads are over here at a 45, and I'm going to just put the lever down and then decide, where do I want to, let me get this thread out of the way. Where do I want to start? I can move it around, and then there I am. And then I'll just dial the hand wheel down. I don't even have to hold the threads. This is my bobbin and this is my top. And I'll just dial it down until this is perpendicular. Then it's all the way in. Okay, so now it's bottomed out. If I try to pull it now, it won't pull, even though this is perpendicular and even though I see slack here. So, and that's because this is so thick. And even if I take it to the left, thread, lift this, and I pull, I still can't pull. So that doesn't even matter. So what I've been doing is I just keep dialing it until it's almost out. And like I said, sometimes I overshoot it. So now it's almost out, but look, it's still perpendicular and I still see the slack. So then I usually can pull it. And there's my 1 inch. I pulled it out. This is tight. And I can, usually I'll just, I know I did an experiment where I didn't even have to hold it at this point, but I still do. So I'll dial it in, 1, 2, take 2 stitches forward, and then go back, and then go forward. I don't even have to hold it. Dial this all the way up, lift. So okay, I finally got it to focus. You could see there's no loops. I didn't do it straight, but there's no loops. And now I'll do it again, showing the needle more. Okay, so here it is again with my camera down a little lower. That's as low as it goes. And I wasn't even all the way on. I noticed here I missed some of the batting a little bit, but I'll go in a little more. So my take-up lever is up at the highest point, and I'm just going to dial down, and this is perpendicular, and I do have slack, but because of the thickness, I can't pull anything. So I'll dial it again, and you'll watch this kind of stays where it's at, but the needle is coming up. And it went down a little bit, and the needle is up pretty far. This is still perpendicular. This has still got slack. And there I can pull the slack out. And dial 2. I'll go back. This time I'll try to stay on. I'll just hand dial it, and I'll go forward. And there it is here. And you could see it looks very good. And like I said, even if you overshoot it and the needle is slightly out, it's only the first stitch. You can still pull the slack. So yeah, so my theory is that the first stitch has nothing to pull against. So that's why you get that nest sometimes, because other stitches, yeah, when they make a stitch midway here, they have something to pull against, meaning the previous stitches. So, these previous stitches up here allow these to lock better, but the first stitch has nothing to pull against. So that's why I just take the slack out on the first stitch, and it seems to work. All right, guys, we'll talk to you later. Bye.